Dear students, in the present class we shall discuss about the unit aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. It is for 9 hours and 8 marks for the final examination. First of all, what are these aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids? These are all called as carbonyl compounds. These are all called as carbonyl compounds. Now, what are carbonyl compounds? What are carbonyl compounds? The organic compounds containing C double bond O, C double bond O as the functional group are called as carbonyl compounds. Yes, what are carbonyl compounds? These are organic compounds containing the carbonyl, that is C double bond O as the functional group are called as carbonyl compounds. Now, our aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids belong to the carbonyl compounds family because these compounds contain carbonyl as the functional group. Here we have variety of carbonyl compounds. Let us see what are the types of compounds come under the carbonyl compounds family. Okay, let us take the class, okay, then general formula, yes, in the class of compounds, let us take RC double bond OH. RC double bond OH. See here, you can see that there is a C double bond O. Any compound with this general formula, are called as aldehydes. So, what is the general formula of aldehydes? RC double bond OH. Here you can see the C double bond O. Okay. Yes, take the ketones. In this, the general formula is RC double bond O R dash. RC double bond O R dash. Here, R may be an alkyl group or may be aryl group. Yes, R may be alkyl or aryl group. Alkyl or aryl group. Okay. RCHO, we generally call it as RCHO, that is aldehydes. Okay. And RCO R dash, it is ketones. In this case also, R and R dash may be same or different. R may be equal to R dash, may not be equal to R dash. Okay. And R is alkyl or aryl group and R dash also alkyl or aryl group. Okay. Yes. And what is the next member of this? Say, compare these two. What is the correlation between these aldehydes and ketones? Here there is just a difference with the hydrogen and R dash. Here you should not take hydrogen. R dash is any alkyl or aryl group. Okay. R dash is any alkyl or aryl group. These aldehydes and ketones are like brothers. Why I am telling these as brothers? Because these belongs to same family and exhibit similar properties. That is, aldehydes and ketones generally exhibit same kind of properties. Okay, there will be little bit difference. Okay, yes. In the aldehydes, you must have hydrogen here. In the ketones, you must have other alkyl or aryl group here. Okay, that is the difference. Okay. The next member is carboxylic acids. What is its general formula? That is RCOOH. See here it is also containing C double bond O group. Therefore, it belongs to carbonyl compounds. Okay. Yes. Go for the next one. Esters. Esters are having the general formula RCOOR dash. RCOOR dash. Now, what is the difference between the carboxylic acids and esters? Here you have hydrogen and here you have other group like alkyl or aryl group. This is the simple difference. That is why we say the properties of carboxylic acids and esters are similar to some extent. Okay, and here these two also can be considered as brothers. Okay, here these two are similar, exhibiting similar properties, and here these two are also exhibiting similar property but not same. Okay, yes. Come to the next kind of carbonyl compounds, that is acid anhydrides. Acid anhydrides. What are these acid anhydrides? Anhydrate means loss of water. Acid anhydrate. Here acid refers to carboxylic acid. Acid anhydrates means the compounds obtained by dehydration of carboxylic acids. Okay, and its general formula is like this. Okay, here R is alkyl or aryl group, R dash also alkyl or aryl group. Okay, this is one kind of a carbonyl compound. Okay, come to the next one, that it is acid halides. We can call these as acid halides or acyl halides. Okay, acid halides. These are also derivatives of the carboxylic acids. Okay. Here OH group will be replaced with the halogen. So the formula is X, RCOX, where X is halogen. Usually it may be chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. Okay. Yes. What is the next kind of the carbonyl compound? That is amide. Amides are having the general formula RC=NH2. Say, amides are also derivatives of carboxylic acid. In the place of OH, you are just writing the NH2. Here, one thing is common. What is that? All these compounds are containing C=O groups. C=O groups. Okay. So therefore, these are all called as carbonyl compounds. Okay. So what are carbonyl compounds? The organic compounds containing carbonyl, that is C=O as the functional group, are called carbonyl compounds. And what are the types of carbonyl compounds? There are 7 types of carbonyl compounds. The first one is aldehydes. The formula is RCHO. Next is ketones. Formula is RCOR dash. Next is carboxylic acids, RCOOH, esters, then acid anhydrides, acid halides, amides. Okay, these are all carbonyl compounds, and here we have to discuss about the aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids in this chapter. Okay, we have to discuss about the nomenclature of these compounds, preparation, physical properties, chemical properties, and uses of these 3 compounds. Okay. Yes. Why we have to study about these compounds? What is the importance of these compounds in our daily life? See, aldehydes, ketones are used as flavoring agents in foods. Okay. Then these are used as perfuming agents. Okay, and these carboxylic acids are used for many industrial purposes. Okay, and for example, in our body we have polyamides or proteins. Okay, proteins are containing these CO groups. and even this amide functional groups. Okay. Here carbonyl is a very important functional group. In proteins we have, okay. Then in polymers, for example, nylon. So there is a very much importance of these compounds in our daily life. That is why we need to study about the nomenclature, preparation, physical, chemical properties and their uses in this chapter. Now we shall discuss about the nomenclature and isomerism in aldehydes. Aldehydes are having the suffix Al. Okay, here Al stands for the aldehydes. Okay, and when it comes to the nomenclature, usually you have two names. One is common name and another one is IUPAC name. The common names are usually based on the sources from which the compound is extracted. Okay, that is, the common names are based on the source. What is the sequence for the common names of the aldehydes? That is alkyl aldehyde. Alkyl aldehyde. See, at the end we are writing it as aldehyde only. Okay. Now, what is the IUPAC name sequence for these aldehydes? This will be called as alkanol. Here you should concentrate on the suffix Al. Al stands for aldehyde. Okay. And these are based on the IUPAC rules. So, what is the IUPAC rules? It suggests us to find out the parent chain containing the more number of carbon atoms with the functional group. Okay. So here the prefix, if suppose substituents are present, then we have to take the prefix first, and the number of carbon atoms in the parent chain will be written as word root. Then if functional group is present, then we have to take the suffix. We have to follow this sequence. What is the sequence? Prefix plus word root plus suffix. This gives you the correct IUPAC name. Let us consider 4 columns here. One is compound and its common name, its IUPAC name, then isomerism. Okay. Yes, firstly we shall take a simple aldehyde. What is a simple aldehyde? Means it is the aldehyde with least number of carbon atoms. That is formaldehyde. That is formaldehyde. Let's take HC double bond OH. We simply call it as HCHO. Its common name is formaldehyde. Its common name is formaldehyde. How it is taken? It is derived from the Latin word formicus. Formicus means red ants. So, red ants will secrete this liquid, that is formaldehyde. Okay. Whenever the ant bites you, it is injecting you the formic acid. Okay, the derivative of that is formaldehyde. So how the common name is given? Based on the source. Based on the source. In Latin, formicus means the red ant. So from which it is extracted are known first. That is why we are calling this compound as formaldehyde. Then what is the IUPAC name? Here you should first focus on how many carbon atoms are there. One carbon atom. For one, the word root is meth. Okay. Then what is the functional group? Carbonyl, and here it is a CHO. Here it is CHO. This refers to the aldehyde, means Al. So methanol is the IUPAC name. So methanol, Al. You should concentrate on this. Methanol is the IUPAC name. And whether it exhibits any isomerism, it cannot exhibit the chain position or any metamerism, means it cannot exhibit the structural isomerism. Cannot exhibit. Cannot exhibit. Here, particularly, we are talking about the structural isomerism. Structural isomerism means position isomerism, chain isomerism, metamerism, functional isomerism. Like these types comes. Okay, we are talking about the structural isomerism. Okay, so it cannot exhibit. Okay, then come to the next compound. Okay, let us consider the homologous series of the aldehydes. Homologous series means the series of compounds differ by CH2 group. Differ by CH2 group. Let us add CH2 to this formaldehyde. You will get CH3 C double bond OH. See, you are adding CH2 to this, so now you got this compound. Now, what is the common name of this compound? Acetaldehyde. The common name of this compound is acetaldehyde. How it is taken? Okay, means here it is derived from the Latin word that is acetum. Acetum means vinegar. Okay, vinegar, it's a dilute acetic acid. So this compound is a derivative of vinegar, therefore it is called as acetaldehyde. Now what is the IUPAC name of this compound? So count the number of carbon atoms, 1, 2, okay, ethanol, and CHO is the aldehyde, so ethanol is the IUPAC name. Ethanol is the IUPAC name. Okay, whether it exhibits isomerism, it cannot exhibit the position isomerism or chain isomerism, okay, but it exhibits the functional group isomerism with the ketones, okay, and it cannot exhibit the functional group isomerism also, because we must have at least 3 carbon atoms, okay, therefore it cannot exhibit the position isomerism and chain isomerism, and it cannot exhibit the functional group isomerism also, okay, it cannot exhibit. Okay, come for the third compound, that is CH3 CH2 C double bond OH. Now its common name is propionaldehyde. Its common name is propionaldehyde. So we know that prop means 3 carbon atoms, okay, and in common system it is called as a propionaldehyde. We must keep in mind that for common names we are getting aldehyde, okay, at the end of the name, okay. And what is the IUPAC name of this compound? Count the number of carbon atoms, 3, okay, propan, 1 Al, or simply propanol, Now, can it exhibit the chain isomerism? No, it cannot exhibit the chain isomerism, because in however you may arrange this structure, it cannot exhibit the chain isomerism. Can it exhibit position isomerism? No, but it can exhibit a functional group isomerism with ketones, that is acetone. Okay, it exhibits a functional group isomerism with acetone. Okay. So the propanol exhibits functional group isomerism, with acetone. Okay, acetone is a ketone. Okay, yes. Go for the next one. Okay, that is CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO. Here you may write C double bond OH, or simply you can write CHO. Okay. Yes, what is this? In the common system we call this as butyraldehyde. In the common system we call this as butyraldehyde. It is a name derived from the Latin word butyrum. Butyrum means butter. Okay. It is present in the butter. So therefore, it is called as a butyraldehyde. Okay. Now, what is the IUPAC name of this compound? 4 carbon atoms are there at the end of this. Means terminal is the CHO. You take this as a carbon 1. Okay. Therefore, it is butanol or butan 1Al. Okay. Usually, the CHO groups, aldehydes, for aldehydes, CHO group will be present as terminal groups only. Okay. So, it is a butanol. Okay. Now consider another compound. Okay, it can exhibit the chain isomerism. Let us see the chain isomerism. Okay, CH3, CH, CH3, CHO. See here, whenever you are writing the structure of the compounds, you must remember that the carbon must make 4 bonds, hydrogen must make one bond, and the oxygen must have 2 bonds. Okay. Here, based on that, we are writing it. Okay. You too have to practice that. Okay. Here, if you look at this carbon, one bond, second bond, the third bond, and the fourth bond is with the hydrogen. Okay. Here, what is the common name of this compound? See, this is a butyraldehyde. This is what? Isobutyraldehyde. There is a branch no here. Therefore, we have to call it as isobutyraldehyde. What is the common name of this compound? Isobutyraldehyde. Isobutyraldehyde. Okay. Now, what is the IUPAC name of this compound? So, give the numbering. Always we know that the carbon containing the functional group must take the position 1. So, this is the functional group, position 1, and this is 2. You may give 3 to this or to this, no problem. Okay. Now, here we can see a branch, that is methyl group. It acts as it is considered as a prefix, and word root, 3 carbon atoms are there. So, prop we have to take, and suffix for functional group. So, here you can see this sequence, prefix, word root and suffix. And up to here, there is no prefix, only word root and the suffix. Okay. Yes, 2-methyl propan 1Al or simply propanol. 2-methyl propanol. 2-methyl propanol Al. Okay. Yes. What is the relationship between these two compounds? What is the relationship between these two compounds? There is a difference in the number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. Here, this parent chain is having 4 carbon atoms. This parent chain is having only 3 carbon atoms. When the compounds having same molecular formula are having difference in the number of carbon atoms in the parent chain, then those are called as chain isomers. Okay. The relationship between these two is chain isomerism. Chain isomerism. And these two compounds are chain isomers. These two compounds are chain isomers. Okay. Yes. See what you are understanding from this. The first 2 compounds cannot exhibit any kind of structural isomerism. The next one is propanol can exhibit functional group isomerism. Okay, and all the higher numbers of the aldehydes also exhibit functional group isomerism. Along with that, the aldehydes with 4 and more number of carbon atoms are able to exhibit the chain isomerism. If you go for the aldehyde with 5 carbon atoms, that also exhibit chain isomerism as well as the functional group isomerism. And position isomerism is not possible for these aldehydes because always the CHO will be at the terminal. Okay. Yes. Then we shall go for one more compound, that is the aldehyde with 5 carbon atoms. CH3, CH2, 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 CHO. Here you can see the compound with 5 carbon atoms. It is called as valeraldehyde. It is called as valeraldehyde. Okay. Then what is the IUPAC name of this compound? It is called as a pentanol, because 5 carbon atoms are there now. It is a pentanol. It is a pentanol. Okay. So this is all about the nomenclature of aliphatic aldehydes. What are aliphatic aldehydes? The open chain aldehydes. There is no ring structure. Therefore, these are open chain or aliphatic aldehydes. Let us consider some substituted aldehydes. Substituted aldehydes means hydrogen of the aldehyde is replaced with some other groups. Let us consider. For example, CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO. This is what butanol. Buta 4 carbon atoms are there and CHO. So therefore it is an aldehyde. Okay, butanol. Here let us replace one of the hydrogen with another group. For example, bromo. Okay. Now, what is the common name of this compound? Okay. Here, in the common system, we do not use the numbers 1, 2, 3. We use Greek letters, that is alpha, beta, gamma, delta, etc. Okay. Now, so this is the functional group CH. Okay. Containing carbon is this. So therefore, this is alpha. Means functional group containing carbon is considered as alpha. Next to the alpha carbon, we will have beta. Next to this, we will have gamma. Okay. So like this, we give the notation to the carbon atoms in the common system. Okay. Now, what is the common name? Here we have to choose the substituent group, that is bromo, where it is present on the beta carbon. Okay. Therefore, it is beta bromo. Okay. Beta bromo. And what is the common name of that word root? Butyraldehyde. Okay. So therefore, beta bromo butyraldehyde. Beta bromo butyraldehyde. Okay. See, while writing the common names, you have to take the common names for the word root and the aldehyde. Okay. And what is the IUPAC name of this compound? In the IUPAC name, there is a twist. What is the twist? We have to give the number to all the carbon atoms. Okay. What is the carbon? Here, this is the first carbon with the functional group, or it is present as a functional group. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, where the bromo is present on the third carbon. So therefore, 3 bromo butanol. 3 bromo butanol. What is this? 3 bromo butanol. This is 3 bromo butanol. Like this, we have to give the common name and the IUPAC name. You should have a clarity how we are choosing the alpha, beta, gamma, and how we are giving numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. I will repeat it. While writing alpha, beta, carbon atoms, the functional group containing, this is all functional group. Okay, functional group containing carbon must be at alpha position, then beta, gamma. And here the carbon is present in the functional group. You have to count that carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this we give numbers. Okay. Let us consider one more here. CH3, CH2, CH, OCH3, CHO. Okay. If this is the compound, what is the IUPAC name? Here we have carbon atoms 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what is this? This is methyl. CH3 is methyl and O is oxy. Therefore, it is called as methoxy. Methyl plus oxygen is methoxy. Okay. Now, what is this group called? Methoxy group. Okay. Whenever you see this sequence COC, it is ether. Okay, it is a ether. Okay. Now, come to this point. This is a substituent. This is a substituent group. Okay. And this is the order because it is a major functional group. Out of the ether functional group and the aldehyde functional group, aldehyde will predominate. Means properties of this compound is determined by this functional group. Therefore, it is considered as a major functional group and it is a minor functional group. Okay. Now, here we have methoxy. Where it is? It is present at alpha position with respect to functional group containing carbon is this alpha. Okay, alpha methoxy. Same butyl aldehyde. Alpha methoxy, butyl aldehyde. Come to the IUPAC name. 2-methoxy-butanol. 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 Okay, it's very simple. Okay, come to the next compound. Okay, that is if this is the compound, what is happening here? This CHO is aldehyde group. This CO is a ketonic group here because RCOR dash. Okay, RCO for this sequence RCOR dash we call this as a ketone. This is a ketone. Okay. Now position. This is taken as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here prefix is given for this. This becomes a major functional group. Okay, 3-oxopentanol. 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 Here you need to understand that some of the compounds will not have the common names. That is why the IUPAC name is very important and it can be given for any kind of the compounds. Okay, so this is all about the substituted aldehydes. Let us consider some alicyclic aldehydes. For example, this is alicyclic aldehyde. Here we have a cyclic ring, okay, and CHO group is present on this. And what is this? Here we have to name like this cyclohexane. Here how many carbon atoms are there in group in the ring? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 carbon atoms in this ring. Therefore, it is a cyclohexane. And what is this CHO? This CHO is not given any number, okay, and it is not considered in this. So therefore, it is apart. Now this CHO is called as a carbaldehyde. When the carbon of CHO is not coming under the numbering, then you have to take it as the carbaldehyde. Okay. Now the name of this compound is cyclohexane carbaldehyde. And you may take this as a common name as well as IUPAC name also. Okay. Cyclohexane carbaldehyde. See here, cyclo means it is a cyclic ring. Okay. Hexa means 6 carbon atoms are there. Yes, here 6 carbon atoms are there. This carbon is not numbered. Therefore, it is written as carbaldehyde. Cyclohexane carbaldehyde. For example, we have another kind of a compound. If this is the compound, here how we have to name this common name and IUPAC. It's very simple. CHO is this one. Functional group containing carbon is this alpha, beta, gamma. So it is gamma methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. So what is the common name? Gamma methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Now what is the IUPAC name? In this case, here carbaldehyde is separated from the ring, no? Therefore, functional group containing carbon is 1, 2, this is 3. 3-methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. 3-methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. See here, we should have a clarity. When this CHO is called as carbaldehyde, positions alpha is nothing but 1, beta is nothing but 2, gamma is nothing but 3. Only in this case, when CHO is taken apart and it is pronounced as carbaldehyde. If the case is this, here CHO is taken into the word root and that carbon is 1, but alpha carbon is this. So what is this? Functional group containing carbon. Here entire thing is functional group. CHO is functional group. Containing carbon is this. This is alpha. Okay, in common system. But while counting the number of carbon atoms, you start from this carbon. Okay, here 1 is not alpha, 1 is not alpha. Here 2 is alpha. Because that CHO is in the word root or parent chain. But here that CHO is omitted from numbering. It is taken apart. And here we were telling that Al suffix for aldehyde. And here we are taken it as carbaldehyde because that C is also taken apart from numbering. No? That is why this is a carbaldehyde. See here 3-methyl stands to this carbon. Okay, cyclohexa, this 6 stands to these carbon atoms in the ring. And for this carbon we are calling it as carbaldehyde. This you need to understand properly. Okay, this is all about the alicyclic aldehyde. Now let us consider the unsaturated aldehyde. See, these are all saturated aldehyde. Okay, what is saturated aldehyde? Saturated means the compound in which the carbon containing single bonds. That is CC single bond. In every case, you can see CC single bond, CC single bond, CC single bond. Okay. For example, when you take the structure of this CHO, this is C double bond to H. Here there is a double bond between carbon and the oxygen. Okay, it doesn't count for saturation or unsaturation. Okay, saturated compound means CC single bonds must be there. Okay, unsaturated compounds means we must have C double bond C or C triple bond C. But this double bond is between the carbon and the oxygen. It does not account for the saturation or unsaturation of the compound. Only the type of bond between carbon and carbon determines the saturated or unsaturated compound. Okay. Let us consider some unsaturated aldehyde. Okay, the first one is this CH2 double bond CH CHO. Okay. Here this compound is unsaturated because it is containing double bond between carbon and carbon. Okay. Yes. What is the common name of this compound? It is acrolein. It is acrolein. Okay. This is acrolein. Now, what is the IUPAC name of this compound? Again, we have to choose the sequence prefix, word, root, and suffix. Here, there is no substituent, therefore, there is no prefix. Okay. Now, count the number of carbon atoms. There are 3 carbon atoms. Here, we have 2 functional groups. One is aldehyde, CHO, and the other one is alkene, that is double bond. Okay. In this competition between the alkene part and the CHO, the properties of CHO will be predominated, therefore it is considered as a major functional group. Okay, major functional group containing carbon will get the number 1, 2, 3. So it is having word root pro, and where the double bond is there at the second carbon, therefore it is pro 2E. Usually we write ENE. Okay. But here still there is another functional group. No? Therefore, you have to replace this with other functional group suffix. Okay. Where that is present at the first carbon, therefore it is 1Al. Therefore it is 1Al. So now what is the IUPAC name of this compound? Pro 2E 1Al. Pro 2E 1Al. Okay. Yes. Come to the another unsaturated compound, that is this is the compound. Okay. Same here, hydrogen of this acrolein is replaced with the benzene ring. Okay. This C6H5 is called as a phenyl ring. Okay. Where it is present at the third carbon. So give the numbers 1, 2, 3. Here benzene ring is similar to the alkyl group. We have to consider it as a substituent. Therefore prefix for this. Okay. What is the prefix? That is a phenyl. Where it is present at the third position. So 3-phenyl. 3-phenyl. And it is what? Pro 2E1Al. Pro 2E1Al. Okay. Here simple. The hydrogen of acrolein is replaced with the benzene. Okay. Now what is this called? In the common system, it is called as cinnamaldehyde. Cinnamaldehyde. It is a very important compound in food items. The cinnamaldehyde is present in the cinnamon. What is that cinnamon? We usually use this cinnamon like a wood. It is in making food items like pulao, sambar, etc. So in Kannada we call it as chekke. Okay, this is a essential, important ingredient while making the pulao, sambars, etc. Okay, it gives a very good flavor also. Okay, and it is an Ayurvedic material. Okay. Yes. So cinnamon, that is cinnamaldehyde, is present in a cinnamon. Is present in a cinnamon. Okay. These two are the unsaturated aldehydes. Why this is unsaturated? Because containing C double bonds. C double bonds. Okay. Yes. Now let us consider some aromatic aldehydes. Aromatic aldehyde. What are aromatic aldehydes? The aldehyde group is present on the benzene ring. Okay, let us consider that. So what is this? Benzaldehyde. What is this compound? Benzaldehyde. Benz stands for benzene ring. Okay, and CHO is aldehyde, benzaldehyde. This is the common name. It is also considered as preferred IUPAC. is also considered as preferred IUPAC name. So it is considered as preferred IUPAC name. Preferred IUPAC name. Okay. Now, what is the systematic IUPAC name for this compound? This is what? Benzene. So I told you earlier, whenever CHO is apart from the compound, then we have to pronounce it as carbaldehyde. So therefore it is benzene carbaldehyde. Benzene carbaldehyde is the systematic IUPAC name. Benzene carbaldehyde. Benzene carbaldehyde is the systematic. Means it is accordingly the IUPAC rules. So benzene carbaldehyde is the systematic IUPAC. See here you are observing two IUPAC names now. One is preferred IUPAC name, the other one is systematic IUPAC name. Okay. Means whenever the IUPAC panel accepts the common name as its IUPAC name, then it is called as a preferred IUPAC name. Means this name is not matching with any other compound names. Okay, then we can take this as a IUPAC name also. Okay, but when you apply the rules, okay, this is benzene carbaldehyde, so now it is benzene carbaldehyde. So when you apply these kind of rules, then it will become a systematic IUPAC name. Okay. Let us see some other compounds under this. Okay, this is what aromatic aldehyde. Okay, that is CHO present on the benzene ring. Okay, take this. If suppose this is the compound, then what is the IUPAC name of this compound? Here again we have to choose the word root with a functional group. So functional group is CHO. Okay, it is present in the open chain. So this is 1, this is 2. Now on to carbon 2, the benzene is present. So it will become a substituent. Okay, that is phenyl. 2-phenyl ethanol is the IUPAC name. 2-phenyl ethanol is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay. Yes, sir. Then go for the next compound. CHO and CHO present on this benzene. Okay. See here, the common name of this compound is aldehyde. What is the common name of this compound? Aldehyde. Here P is silent. Aldehyde we say. Okay. Now see what is the difference between this and this compound? This is a benzaldehyde. One benzene ring with one CH. Benzaldehyde. Okay. It is easy to remember also. When there is a one benzene ring with two CHO groups, then we call it as a thaldehyde. Okay. We call it as thaldehyde. And what is the IUPAC name of this compound? This is what? Benzene. Okay. And this position is called 1. This position is called 2. Okay. So 1, 2. How many CHO groups are there? 2. Means di we say. Okay. Dicarbaldehyde. Benzene. 1, 2. Dicarbaldehyde. Benzene. 1, 2 dicarbaldehyde. So like this we discuss the nomenclature of these aldehydes. So keep in mind that the aldehydes are having the suffix al, and in the aldehydes we have discussed the nomenclature of aliphatic aldehydes, substituted aldehydes, alicyclic aldehydes, unsaturated aldehydes, and the aromatic aldehydes. So these aldehydes will exhibit the structural isomerism. Okay, the First two compounds cannot exhibit the isomerism. The next, that is a propanol, okay, or propionaldehyde, will exhibit the functional group isomerism with the ketones. Means the higher members of the aldehydes will exhibit a functional group isomerism with the ketones. Okay, and when it comes to the fourth aldehyde, that is a butanol or butyraldehyde, it exhibit the chain isomerism. Okay, and for these aldehydes, okay, the position isomerism is not possible because that CHO is present as a terminal group. Okay, yes, this is all about the nomenclature and isomerism of aldehydes.